Hey, good evening. Welcome to Squawking 1200. We're just going to fly for fun tonight. Just flying for flying. We're just going to go back to stay in the default Cessna 172 with the Reality Expansion Pack by SimCoders. We're going to have Pilot to ATC giving us a little bit of guidance and got a little bit of World Traffic 3. Maybe you can hear that in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that yet. Let's get under the hood, get the aircraft fired up, and let's get moving. Total flight time, probably an hour. Alright, let me get a couple things going in here. I need my Move VR, which would be my jet. Best, move it to VR. Alright, got that one set up. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in the Obby tab. I don't know if I have oh, I do have the chart in here. That's good. Good. It's always good when you have your home chart pretty much ready to go. We're parked over here in the general aviation lot. So we're probably going to go out Sierra Juliet, Sierra. That's Juliet and A. Okay, Alpha. Alright, let's see. Turn that off. Come on. It's weird that it wouldn't go off. So I don't really want. Some days these work beautifully, other days.
Bradley INTL Information Yankee.
Say.
1200 Zulu weather.
Beacon light on.
At 8.
Fuel pump on.
Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 5,000 view. 25,000 scattered.
Pump off.
Temperature 32. Dew point 7.
Oh, there we go. Good. Crack the throttle. Get on the mixture and come on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it needs a little bit more. Yeah, it always fires up off stream very easily. Let me just take a look at something here. Alright, it says it's flooded. It's ridiculously simple to flood. So now we go this way. There we go. And we're on.
Bradley INTL Information Yankee. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 5,000 few. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 32. Dew point 7. Altimeter 2999. Arriving runways 2415. Departing runways 2415. Advise on initial contact you have Yankee. Bradley INTL Information Yankee. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 5,000 few. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 32. Dew point 7. Altimeter 2999. Arriving runways 2415. Departing runways 2415. Advise on initial contact you have Yankee.
Alright, so hopefully we get 1-5. So get the ground, get a departure out of here. 121 Niner.
Bradley INTL information Yankee. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 8.
Two Niner 9. 220 on the heading here. Get some lighting. Taxi light. Ready to taxi. Bradley Ground, November 212 Bravo, ready to taxi.
November 212 Bravo, taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, hold short runway 06, and runway 15, and runway 19, and runway 24. Taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha, Juliet, Sierra, Charlie, hold short runway 06, and runway 15, and runway 19, and runway 24 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Whew, that's a mouthful. So we're going to go out here, we're going to go left, it looks like, on the Juliet.
GPS 1862 Heavy, Bradley Tower, wind 3006, runway
Get
24
this
clear.
on standby.
Blue Street 482, Bradley Ground, 8 is golf cart. Push your discretion, expect runway 33.
Alpha Juliet Sierra Charlie. Alpha. Juliet. I believe this should be Sierra on the right. Yep, good. It's always good when you're going in the right direction.
Cessna 12 Bravo clear to cross runway 24.
Cleared to cross 24.
Cleared to cross runway 24 Cessna 12 Bravo. Cessna 12 Bravo clear to cross runway 15. Cleared to cross runway 15 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Practicing my read back so I get a little bit smoother when I do make more of a transition to online. Oh, there's somebody landing. Just gonna check the OBS here. And hard to tell if it's live. Hang on one second. Okay, there it goes. A little bit weird. Oh, nice. World Traffic 3. Love it. I gotta go way down here. This is the pretty much as long of a taxi as I can get at Bradley International. Taxi lights on, everything's in the green, brakes are working, rudders are working. Clouds are going. Going a little fast
Cessna
here.
12 Bravo cleared to cross runway 19. Cleared to cross runway 19 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Crossing 19er.
Affirmative, left 15, left Charlie, taxi to parking on...
Next on my to-do list is going to be to update the World Traffic Chatter. Or Pilot to ATC chatter, sorry about that. I've been experimenting with Voicemeeter Banana. Not currently using it, but I think it will help out in the future. Looks like we got an arrest over here.
Cessna 12 Bravo contact tower on 120.3. Enjoy your morning. Tower on 120.3 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Alright. Do a quick run up here. Lock this thing down. Brake on. Mixture. 2,000 RPMs. And one click. A little drop. Little drop. Alright. We should be connected to the tower. We'll throw our... Should be the takeoff light. Cessna 12 Bravo, ready for departure 24.
Cessna 12 Bravo, winds are 234 at 8 knots, altimeter 3001, cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 squawk 1200. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 squawking 1200 Cessna 12 Bravo.
Squawk 120. Alright, everything feels good. Ease into the throttle here. Little right rudder. Almost directly into the wind. Lights are on, airspeed's alive. And, ooh, a little late on the rotation. And back off the rudders. Ooh, that wind is just lifting us right off the runway. Looking good down there. There's the parking garage. There's the former home of the Flight Sim Con. Alright, looking good. A little bit of sunshine right now, a little bit of wind. Before I got on stream, I was practicing, or actually not even practicing. I took out the Cessna 172 reality expansion pack with the floats on it. Did a couple takeoff and landings in Alaska. It was pretty successful in both of them. I don't know if I don't recall checking the landing speed plugin to see how that was. All right. Start my turn. This is the Farmington River. And just hold this nice and steady to the south. Taking it up to 4,500. Kind of in a nice cruise climb here. Nothing too fast. So I think it said the clouds were 5,000 scattered, so we should just be within VFR regulations at 4,500. Just a beautiful day, afternoon for a flight. Sorry if I'm getting a little loud, I'm a little closer to the microphone. I'm using the 3J FPS enhancer. I think that's what it's called. I have frequency change approved. I have the 3J plugin. I have super sampling set to 1.3. So pretty much I'm throwing the kitchen sink at this again. Tried it yesterday. If you were catching me live, I did a nice tour at Cape Cod, and just as I was turning final, X-Plane decided to it had had enough, or the computer did, I don't know, and it decided, yeah, X-Plane was making it work too hard. Shut it down. Coming up on 4,000. And I don't have the airport in here. But I do have the CTAF frequencies and the runways. 4,000. almost at our cruising altitude. Autopilot. Switch that thing to the GPS. And we're going to go altitude lock. Turn off the landing light. Configure for cruise. And drop it down. Going to lean the mixture a little bit. Seems to be about where it peaks out. Let's see, my frequency will be 123. Yeah, so apparently this is not really maintaining VFR. Not fully legally. But I think we're alright. This is the default cloud set. And that was pretty good. That definitely had enough cloud haze over the aircraft to make it, in my mind at least, pretty plausible. Trimmed out. I'm going to get us on course with the nav. There we go. One second. There's no desktop audio, is there? That's aggravating. I just noticed that I had no sound. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Missed that. Much better with the airplane backing up my talking. You know, without a little bit of engine noise. Why bother? So there we can get rid of the X pad here. Put that down on the seat next to me. Looking. And shrink up the hobby tab a little bit. Won't be so much in my face. I like the chat to be in my face. I don't get alerts in the headset. See, that sound thing was because I was experimenting with Voicemeeter Banana. Screwed a couple things up. Hopefully it's back. Yeah, it looks like it's back. Looks like my audio is picking up pretty good. I'll keep it. We'll probably speed ourselves up a little bit. We're not quite at the 110 cruise speed. We're at ground speed of 102. Watching that EGT climb. Alright, it's holding. if I was not really curious about the clouds, I'd probably descend to 3,500. But the clouds are looking super cool. So it looks definitely got two distinct layers of clouds. I am not. A lot of people don't like the default clouds. I think they're heavy on frames. I'm getting 36 frames a pair flying within the clouds. But I don't feel like I need to chase a weather engine. I feel pretty happy with the NOAA plugin and the default clouds. Yeah, it's a little bit funky, but cool. Clouds are funky. Plenty of fuel. Temperatures are good. Pressure's good. Vacuum's good. Amps are good. I'm going to reduce the throttle. Turning over our bore. That's a little bit weird. That's alright, I'll take that. You know, I accept some weirdness from the sim. This being the first generation of virtual reality for the kind of the common person. I think it's been in use in like military and high-end like explorative type of stuff. So we got about half an hour. We should have this thing down on the ground. My scenery for the destination is done by Pilot Plus. Kilo Bravo India Delta. Little island off the coast of Rhode Island, Connecticut. It's kind of like right on that border if you could kind of draw it out. Little turbulence right there. Little shake of the wings. So a lot of times comes up not so much from the followers, not from the Twitch guys, but just mostly this comes up in my mind. Why not have more aircraft? And I do have a few more. I have that Robin. I have that the Big Giant Twin. LTEL. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. And I have the PA-46 Meridian that's in my hangar. I used to fly that one quite a lot, but I haven't really flown it in VR, so I'm not even sure how it's working. But if I were just a regular kind of private pilot license holder, just had my private pilot's license, and I had my plane, I would probably fly my plane 99% of the time. Of course, would in theory know other pilots. Go up in theirs and maybe fly their aircraft a little bit. But I think you're going to own, how many planes are you going to own in your lifetime that you're really going to fly? Yeah, if you're Harrison Ford or somebody that's super deep pocketed, you're probably going to own or rent that one aircraft that you're most familiar with. So I tend to stream 172, 152. I really like the Just Flight Piper series. So I have those that I do. Piper Tri-Pacer that I like to stream. Not that one is not amazing in VR, but it's pretty good. Gives you, I think, a good experience of what the aircraft would feel like, the size of it. So that's one of the reasons why I tend to stick to the same hangar group of aircraft. Try to get to know them good, know them well, fly them well. Hopping around between aircraft, I'm really landing the 152. That's a piece of cake. That's really nice. There's a lot of control on final. There's a lot of control. The throttle's really reactive. Move up to the 172. You got to be a little bit more careful with your airspeed coming in. And then you go to switch over to the Piper Tripod Pacer, 2 notches of flaps. That one's for some reason that aircraft doesn't like to slow down. So I don't know if that's a data ref issue or if it's that's exactly how it is, or if it's one of those Coronado Alabeo aircraft that needs a little bit of tweaking, maybe a little bit of updating on how fast it actually should fly. All of them have different landing characteristics, a little bit different landing speeds. So I become reasonably proficient at them, but probably not as much of a master as I should be in all of them. So when did I get this VR set up? I got it in February. So we got February, March, April, May, June, July, August. We're in our 7th month, and it's just as fun as the day I got it. And it's getting better and better. As the graphics company tweaks stuff, see, that's a little bit funky on the cloud, how that one's moving. Kind of a weird pass-through. But again, I'm gonna say it is. I take it for what it is. It is what it is. I think after Vulcan, after the new particle system. Hope that's just a scenery draw, not aircraft overheating, computer overheating. I haven't put my hand down here. Putting out a little bit of heat, but doesn't feel like anything more than normal. So if anybody's in the lurking around in the channel, just give me a heads up on the audio how it is. I'm going to turn down my headset. If I bump the microphone, I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. Alright. Turn down my headset. "21 minutes. Counting down. We'll probably see if we can get the AWAS 134.77. I just worked right by that.
Long Island State weather. Wind 240 at 7. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions indefinite view. 11,500 overcast. Temperature 21. Dew point -3. Altimeter 3003.
So we got 300. 3.
Long Island State weather. Wind 240 at 7. Visibility more than 10.
So So it's favoring runway 28, so we're going to probably have to come in, cross over, probably have to do a midfield, check the pattern, and then loop back through. Do a teardrop entry. So let's see, the winds were 2-4. As a reminder, I'm just going to set this to 2-4. Degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 90 on the ground. It's hot out. So hot. Very close to record-breaking day for us. So one of the airports that we frequently land at is coming up on our, almost directly off the nose, maybe 1 o'clock. Groton. Kilo Golf, Oscar November. So probably 10 minutes out, we'll start losing altitude. So far, an uneventful flight. Other than that little radio snafu or the desktop audio. There's Groton. You can see that down there. And then it'll be kind of interesting to see what kind of world traffic we have generated by our destination airport. Coming up on the Foxwoods Casino and the Mohegan Sun. Also coming up on Electric Boat down there to the right. So if you're looking at, the airfoil labs are the default 172 and getting the Reality expansion pack. To me, I think it's almost a toss-up. I think the graphics are a little bit more fun in the airfoil labs. I think it's a little bit more detailed. You lose a little bit more frames per second, definitely. Handling characteristics. I think they're both kind of similar. So I think they both have the accuracy uh, pretty equalized. And I'm sure there'll be some real world pilots that will debate that forever, like everybody does everything on the internet. But from what I can tell, they seem pretty similar. You know, this one has the Garmin 530 as, you know, in the default for the GPS, where Airfoil Labs you only get the 430. Minutes. Plenty of fuel. Flow's good. EGT's good. Temperature's great. Pressure's great. Vacuum and amps are great. All the circuit breakers are still plugged in. No issues. This is the light. I don't think it's bright enough to really do anything. Just the GPS. Yeah, that's one of the beauties of things when you fly at twilight. Yeah, it's moving a little bit. You know, the lighting's a lot more dynamic. Going to be passing by Westerly, Rhode Island, KWST, Whiskey Sierra Tango. If you do flight sim economy, hasn't been lately, but there was a while there that there was great 3 or 4 commuters back and forth from Block Island to Westerly. 12-minute flight, made pretty good money. Did it, you know, 2 times before I had to be reloaded. So to me, that was a great place to start off in flight sim economy. Did a little bit of flight sim economy the other day offline. Oftentimes those are, you know, doing a little bit longer flight route. I'm just doing it basically to make money. This is not as much, it's a little bit more down the business, just going direct on the GPS. I'm part of VR Aviators, and I'm also part of Landing Very Badly Airlines. And they have a bunch of stuff in Idaho and over in New Guinea. Into our fog bank. But I think we can start to make out our island out there. So prepare for descent in 2 minutes. And then we'll take runway
Block Island Skate Weather.
28.
Wind 240 at 6.
240
more than 10. Sky conditions indefinite view. 11,500 overcast. Temperature 20. Dew point -3. Altimeter 3000.
So it's temperature 20.
Block Island Skate Weather. Wind 240 at 6. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions indefinite view. 11,500 overcast. Temperature 20. Dew point -3. Altimeter 3000.
Altimeter 300. And we'll start to
Block Island Skate Weather. Wind
Hey,
240
fly bad 64. Sorry about the late reply if I was late. I don't get audible notifications in the headset for some reason. I'm setting my super sampling to 1.3. And, you know, I also turned down my objects today. When I stream, those kind of,
Rock Island skate winner.
I like to turn down some of the resources.
Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions and infinite view. 11,000.
So flatbed 64, yeah, 1.3. I have run them up to 1.5. And my system is a 6700K with a slight overclock, and I'm using a 1080 graphics card, and I have that pushed a little bit. So it's got a slight overclock on it too. Landing lights on. Yeah, super sampling is a big debate. And some of it, when I really have this centered on the headset on my face, that really dials it in even more for me. I wear glasses under here too, so it's a vision is a tricky thing. We're gonna go into the heading mode and get ready for kind of a midfield flyover. So I'm using ortho. Most of my ortho is zoom level 17. Though I did some Oshkosh scenery the other day at zoom level 18. Now I really just want to redo all my ortho. 18 is pretty stunning. But each tile, and granted it was Wisconsin too, so not that much going on as far as scenery. Each tile probably took a half an hour. So I'm looking at a pretty big recreation process if I wanted to do that. Alright, we can go mixture full. Yeah, I think I'm also what I've done the last 72 hours, I'd say. I'm running the 3J FPS wizard, so I've actually shortened up the load distance a little bit, and that seems to have helped quite a bit. It's thinned the clouds out and not generating as large of cloud puffs. You know, we've got a nice stable 40 something frames here. We're flying over water. It's almost always better when I'm down on this part of the state. Yeah, ortho's it's so fun, but it's so addicting, and you know, finding those people love to customize it. I just run my ortho at whatever the default settings are, and just hit generate. I'm using a version 1.2. I'm not on the latest either, so I don't know what kind of improvements it's really had. It's one of those scary ortho things where you start tweaking too much. I get myself into trouble. Yeah, 17's really nice. 17 tile zoom level tiles take, I think, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to kind of create, I think, on my bandwidth. It's been a while since I've created 17, you know, zoom level 17s. But I was watching Valdude's stream the other night, and oh my gosh, his whatever zoom level he had, his his ortho was just popping off the screen. It was gorgeous. But of course, he was flying in 2D. He wasn't flying in VR. So again, I think that little bit of texture quality. I think if I could go max on my texture, it would look even better. So I run most of my settings when I fly off stream, one notch below maximum. But when I'm on stream, I go a little bit lighter. Set my come down the middle of the island here. Looks like we got some war games going out here. Yeah, I wish I had, I guess, the time or resources to really tweak the hell out of it. I started kind of doing some repaints of my own planes. I modified the Nahedrian 152, got a couple nice things out of that. But it's all, that relative time versus work versus family life. I'm not seeing any World Traffic 3 traffic. Not yet. I don't know how close I have to be to see that stuff. I had nice planes taking off at the departure airport. But coming down here, I would have thought I would have seen a few things by now. Oh, the overlay box? Or the box, let me take a look. I think is that the green numbered box? Or this one over here? This one inside the headset, this is a plugin called Avitab, A-V-I-T-A-B. And then outside, I'm running the Benny overlay. And I don't know if that has the frames per second on it. I don't get to see the same stuff that you get to see inside the headset. Okay, so this one here. This one is Avitab. So it's free on the org. Yeah, it's free on the org. This one here. It's called Avitab. It's super cool. You got charts that you can bring in, so you can bring in all your documents. You can actually find and search for airports. So when I'm using Pilot to ATC, I don't have to go back to my Pilot to ATC program. It has maps, so I can have the cool moving map. So here we are. And there is a way to import, I think, actual charts in here. So I'm going to fly out to across the island, make a loop to the right and come down and make a left downwind. And then I bring the chat in with Move VR. And this scenery is done by Pilot Plus. So there's our runway. 28. Confirmed. There's somebody landing. Alright. Oh, 2 people landing. I don't think they're keeping proper separation. Jeez. Someone's in a hurry. Yeah, highly recommend the Avitab. And if you use the Nahedrian mod with the 152, it goes right into the dashboard iPad. It's super cool. And from what I understand is the Avitab developer has released the developer stuff so that anybody can incorporate it to any of their aircraft. Whoa, wrong seat. Alright, prep for landing here. Turn off the autopilot. Alright, this is what I say everybody tunes into my channel for. It's like NASCAR. I come into the last 5 minutes to see if I wreck. Didn't quite make the traffic pattern height real high, but this scenery, just before I get over the airport, there's a little hesitation over those dense trees down there. I contacted the developer once, but I didn't really hear. I don't think I got a good response back. I don't even know if I got a response back. Alright, below 110, we'll drop that first notch of flaps. So it's coming out of 2.4. It's going to push us a little bit. Just over that little bank down there. Yeah. Landing lights on, seatbelts on, switches are in the right position. Gear is down on a fixed wing aircraft. Just about right there. Kind of extended downwind a little bit longer than I normally do. Second notch of flaps right at 80. Okay, there's that little pond, 65. Little hesitation there. Yeah, this is a Pilot Plus scenery. It's fun. One, I have kind of a short runway. Two, you approach right over these trees. So it's a. I think it's kind of one of those fun little airports to fly into. bit off to the left. It's one of the things I like about VR. You can almost feel the direction of the wind. I can feel the aircraft's nose is leaning to the left. Good speed, a little high. Got some company on the runway here. That's World Traffic 3. It's not smart enough just to get rid of them. And that's one of those things I'm not going to take the time to make taxi routes. Because I know in a year or two somebody's going to come up with it all and it's all just going to get better. Drop that left wing a little bit. A little more right rudder. Full throttle. Going a little slow. Going to hit hard, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, a little hard. What the landing speed plug-in say? This is a Kilo Bravo India Delta. Acceptable. World Traffic 3 doing its World Traffic 3 thing right there. It's like there's some kind of air show going on. I think you can turn off this grass too. I think there's, you know, some people like it. I don't mind it. Other people are like, ew, it's so gross looking. I kind of fall in the, yeah, whatever. So that's Pilot Plus there. That's that moving aircraft. That's them. Yep. When I tried VR for the first time, you could feel the ground coming up at you. You could feel the flare. I could, like when I was talking about you could feel kind of the plane weather vaning into the wind. Immediately I saw all the benefits of stuff in VR that I never could really feel in a 2D cockpit. So right there I was sold. As soon as it came out for, you know, the native for X-Plane, I was right on it. Alright, let's see. Power this down, turn this off, landing light off, beacon light off, beacon light, leave the beacon light off I guess until I shut the propeller off. Idle cut off. Nice. The November 212 Bravo has made it. We are in one piece. No passengers vomited. We had a little bit of chat going on, which was nice. Yeah, FlyBad64, thanks for coming by the channel. I don't have typically a regular schedule. I try to stream in the afternoons, typically during the week, Monday through Friday, depending on work schedules and stuff. So usually you'll find me Eastern time, you know, 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just want to say, hey, thanks for taking part of your day and taking your time to watch my channel. Whew, it's getting sweaty under here. Phew. Yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. Yeah, I think with Vulcan and another generation of resolution, there was a guy in one of the Facebook forums. He's got a great system, and he was still complaining about like not being able to turn super sampling up and wanting to buy a 1080 Ti. And I'm of the opinion that he's probably at the end of, or maximizing and pushing the technology really past where it could be, and he really needs to wait for the next jump in resolution before he's going to be kind of satisfied. And we're all going to be more satisfied. It's just going to be more fun and cooler, and with the new, you know, the new particle stuff and all that that's going to bring into it. Vulcan, we're going to be able to start turning resources up even more. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Got a lot to look forward to in this hobby addiction. Yeah, probably more like an addiction. Not a hobby addiction. Well, all hobbies, I think, become an addiction. But yeah, I'm out of here. Have a great night, and yeah, thanks. I look forward to seeing you on the next stream.